and kind of go into this, and I haven't washed off this brush. But it doesn't really matter right now, because all you're doing is you're playing around and you're putting things on so that sometime you can look at it and say, well, where do I go? What should I do next? And something will come up. And you just have fun, see? I kind of cover up some of the colors. Notice I'm leaving that white yet. All this down in here, I'm going to bring in a little bit of this down in here. Okay, now I'm using this Hydrus Fine Art watercolor, and this is deep red rose. I just thought I'd see what happens if I put a little red in here. I just started trying this new paint, and it's a little different, but I like it. It does things that it's a heavier, stronger paint. You see how strong that is? Oh, does she know what she's doing? No. I don't know what I'm doing. But you know what? This is more fun. It's so much fun. And if I knew what I was doing, I'd think, oh, that didn't come out right. And gee, I don't like the way I did that. But see, this way, you don't worry about it, because whatever you do with your brush, it's there. And what are you going to do about it, you know? You have to fix it. And with the collage, it's so easy to fix. I love that purple. You know, I'm a purple person, I guess. Anyway, I'm just kind of wandering around with this color. There's a loose end I'll have to straighten. When you have a loose end, you can always straighten it later. I like the black in there. Think, well, boy, yeah, I'm getting pretty old. But not many people have that privilege. And if you know, if you're reading obituaries, you don't see many people my age, you know, all younger have died, and I just feel very fortunate that I can do this, and I praise the Lord every day that I can paint and keep going, and especially if I'm doing it for my audience, my special people that enjoy watching my videos. I'm doing this for you, and also for the Lord. And what usually I have something in mind, spiritual. I ask God to help me with it, and He does. He helps me a lot of places, and sometimes I don't know. I'm just really mystified how great He is and how good He is to me. So you want to enjoy life while you're living, you know? Because you know life is short. I kind of like a little dark right in there. You see, I want the dark to kind of come around like this, and it's kind of doing that. Okay. I just added some white rice paper. This has kind of a grain to it. I put it here and here and here. Now I have to let that dry. Well, I'm back, and now I'm going to be using acrylic to cover some of this watercolor, and I'm using a light blue at the moment. I still don't know for sure where I'm going with this, and at this time as you're thinking process, and it's always a thought process that you have to go into it and be brave and just put the paint on and hope for the best. And right now I'm kind of covering up a lot of that. I still have the texture. I have this texture. I want to keep my darks going like this, and so I'm sort of I'm going to go with a little of it and ponder it. You know, when you're making a video, you can't always do that. You just have to keep working at it, and so it's a little more difficult to make a video than to paint, really. Right up here, I don't want to cover that design up exactly. Some of this down in here. You know, this is that watercolor, and when you put paint on it, it sort of blends in with the other. Kind of like this right in here. You see, what you do is you kind of cover up places that you don't really like too well. And I want to leave this down in here light because this is my dark area, and I'm going to have to paste that down. I think I'll leave that watercolor right there and here. Maybe bring some blue down here. See, I really don't know what I'm doing. This is the kind of an exercise, an experimentation that is fun to do, but it's also like a jigsaw puzzle. You just don't know what to cover up and what not to cover up. And as you paint, you have to keep looking at it and deciding what are you going to do. Are you going to cover it up, or are you going to leave it there? And most of the time, a lot of times I come back in with collage. You see, nothing prevents you from going back in and doing things to it. I want to keep a lot of my watercolor showing. And here is some color on the white. Now it's not. So I'm thinking possibly now of this being the real light area here and the dark coming up through here. Right now I'm kind of taking a break, a big brave course, and start putting red in here. Okay? Maybe I won't leave it here. But right now, I'm thinking I gotta brighten this up. I want it brighter. Well, I've been painting on it, and I got a long ways to go. You see, if I show you every step I take on this, it's going to take a long time. And so I'm going to show you this right now, and then I'll show you the next step that I take. Okay, I painted over some of this here, and then I added some more collage. Now I have to let this dry, but I'm still not sure what I'm going to be doing with it, but I'm just building up the texture.